Hi friends, I hope you all are doing great. It's me, Nikki here, and today I want to share with you some tips and ideas if you're that beginner hostess for Thanksgiving. Even if you're a seasoned hostess and you just want some tidbits, I have a great tool for you and some great tips and ideas, so let's get started. So friends, are you getting ready for Thanksgiving? Have you pulled out the recipes and the guests are all invited, or you even know who's doing what for Thanksgiving? Well, if not, or even if so, I hope that this is a great video where you and I can kind of talk about some things that can be helpful as we all embark on the 2022 Thanksgiving. And so I want to first share with you a great tool that I came across recently. I'll put it in the link in the description box below. But this is a book. It's by Nadine PK and Christopher Isaacs. I hope I say their name correctly. But it is the neatest Thanksgiving book and resource. And I found it on Amazon. I'll link it in the description box below. But it says the quintessential Thanksgiving playbook. And literally, friends, it is amazing. It has so many gems in here to help with Thanksgiving that I had to come and share some of them with you, along with share some of my tips, because I just really was impressed that there was a book out that gave so much information and it was so really user-friendly. So let's just dig in a little bit and talk about some of these tips. So one thing I will say about the book, and I've probably already mentioned this, but it's very user-friendly for that first-time hostess. So if this is your first time hosting the holidays, it really just is they named it perfectly, the playbook. So one, and by the way, I'm not sponsored in any way with this book, but I was just so impressed with how they really covered everything and really gave things that were good ideas for me. You know, I've hosted several Thanksgiving, but I really found some really gems in here. So if you're that seasoned hostess, this could be really great. But one thing that she says is to really just create a vision for your Thanksgiving, you know, whether it's going to be casual or it's going to be formal, sleek or modern. So she challenges you to do that. She also has a resource in here that gives you a lot of inspiration. So I guess she has a web page or maybe a blog or Instagram that can give you a lot of inspirations in that. So I love that even though she shares the tips, she shares where you can go here to see some of her inspirations behind it. She also encourages you to determine a color theme, and she comes up with some beautiful colors that she likes, such as having for Thanksgiving the blues with white and touches of orange. And when I heard those colors together for Thanksgiving, I thought that is a nice little pop, having that blue and that orange together, really beautiful. Or about having the greens and the whites together. You guys know how much I love green, and so I thought really nice, you know. And sometimes you can get a little intimidated with hosting, so you're trying to just figure it out. And just by reading this book and flipping through her book, you can get so inspired, and it really can be a tool. I'm just so excited that this tool for Thanksgiving is out there. So she was talking about setting your color theme, you know. Also, setting a backdrop for your first layer of your table. So she's thinking about kind of not only the table, but what people seeing when they're at the table, you know, kind of identifying and putting the space together. So I love it. So many good things in here. And she even has recipes. So if you are needing recipe ideas, she also has Thanksgiving cocktail ideas. One thing that I love, you all know I love doing, is for Thanksgiving having a welcome drink where you put a drink in the entryway so that as guests arrive, you can have a beautiful Moscow Mule with a nice warm cider in it, or you can have simple water if you want to just keep it simple, but in a beautiful glass, and maybe have it where it's put some fruit in it or rosemary or something to give it some flavor. Mint is great for water, mint water as they come in. Just some type of drink. She also talks about activities that you can do for Thanksgiving, like having a walk with the family. And I love that. You know, when you have that big meal and you're sitting around, what about the family taking a nice hike or a nice walk around the neighborhood? That could be so fun. It could be such a way to create a beautiful memory and a great tradition to start. You know, the Thanksgiving walk after Thanksgiving. So I thought that that was really just, she had some really, really great ideas in the book. Love just about everything I saw. She even shares with you the essentials that you need as a hostess. So, such as your glassware and your dishes and all of those little tidbits. I just think, again, the Thanksgiving arrangements, your centerpieces. And so it's just really all inclusive, such all inclusive tips. So the other thing that she shares and gives details on in the book is like the key to success in your kitchen for that Thanksgiving meal, because that is something that is also a little tricky, because sometimes with Thanksgiving you have to get all the groceries, you have the company come in and all of these different legs to put out this beautiful, beautiful day. And so she really helps you kind of put it all together, and she suggests simple things like clean as you go, and taste, and taste again with your food is what they say. Taste, and taste again. I love it. Talks about the turkey, the big turkey, that how to prepare your turkey, cooking your turkey. And this is a nice little tidbit here. Did you know that Butterball receives almost 100,000 calls on their Turkey Talk Live each year? That's amazing. 100,000 people call in to talk about a turkey. Interesting. Now, that's some good talking about the turkey. It also, and then she shows, how to remove the wishbone, how to cut the turkeys, how to remove the leg. And this is something that, I couldn't do myself. I leave that stuff to Mike. But that's why I say this book is so great, whether you're a seasoned hostess or not, because there's something for everyone in it. And so I love the fact that she really breaks it down on how to remove the inner parts, how to cut the turkey, all the good stuff, different techniques. I love it. Love it. Friends, the other thing is the Thanksgiving sandwich. And boy, does this sandwich look so good. And after Thanksgiving, those leftovers, to me, the leftovers are just as important as the meal. And also about those traditional things about Thanksgiving. She gives so many suggestions on traditional things that you can do. Also about, just really saying the grace, and about gratitude, and things that you can do that can implement that into your Thanksgiving day. It's just such a resource. So if you're really getting ready for Thanksgiving, I encourage you to do this. And she has all the Thanksgiving recipes in there. So she did not leave out the beverages and all of the recipes. Beautiful, colorful, vibrant pictures. Talks about that cranberry sauce. And one tip that I would love to share with you is that this book, and I know it sounds like I'm promoting this book, but I saw it online on Amazon, and I just really, when I got it, I was just so overly impressed. And the thing about it is, for me, it gets me thinking, because like when you start, in any of my seasoned hostesses out there, after you host every year, it starts to be very repetitious. I love tradition, but I don't like repetition as far as coming to my house, the same thing every time, and there's no freshness to it. I think it's important to have those traditional things that you always do, but I think when they come to your home, when your guests come to your home, something needs to be fresh about it each year, because that way the memory is kept fresh. Because tradition, yes, we'll always remember those traditional things we have done, but you need something that is going to spark that memory, or spark that joy, that joyful memory of that year. So it may be as simple as having a very dramatic tablescape. To this day, I remember that Thanksgiving that I put I made my own charger plates, and I put the feathers in that. Do you guys remember that? It's because the tablescape was different. It wasn't just the traditional white plate with the napkin. I did something to create that memory. And even me and my family, we talk about that sometimes. You remember the feather? And they loved that Thanksgiving. The I remember my black and white themed Thanksgiving, and it was just really just beautiful. And so that was because I just used a different tablescape instead of using the same one. So your tablescape is a great way to create a new feel for each of your Thanksgivings and keeping those traditions, but having that little twist in there. It may even be a certain game, and she does recommend games in here for Thanksgiving. So it may be just having a fun game that you haven't played before at a Thanksgiving that is going to have the family on the floor laughing and creating those memories. And so that is really, really just something that I encourage you to do, is to find a way to make your Thanksgiving different from last year's. So friends, I want to say that if you haven't started thinking about Thanksgiving, go ahead and get started. If you are needing to get inspired, definitely check out this book. And I will put my affiliate link to Amazon down below. I'm going to put this in my Amazon store too, so that you can definitely check it out. But for me, what this did for me is got me in the mode, because I wasn't quite ready for the holidays quite yet. But after reading this, I'm so inspired. I want to try some of the things in their book, and because it's so colorful, it just put me in the Thanksgiving mode. And so I hope that in me sharing this, my goal in sharing this with you is that if you are at the point where you're just kind of like, I don't know what I'm doing for Thanksgiving, or you're not ready to kind of start the shopping list, that this could be something that can be a motivation for you. Just get it, grab a cup of coffee, do what I did, grab a cup of coffee and just start flipping through and reading. And before you finish flipping through the pages of this book, you are motivated, and it's the source of motivation. So I hope that in just sharing my source of motivation for me this year, it could be helpful to you. And the name of the book is Gobble. How cute is that? Gobble. It's so cute. So friends, I hope that you all are doing great. And before I leave, I do want to remind you, I'm on Amazon every Friday at 1 p.m. live, Eastern time, live. And we have such fun over there. I call myself, we're the friend girls over there. And so it's where I share with you my favorite Amazon finds. We sit there and chit chat. We share recipes. We share all kinds of things. So definitely check me out. And then also, if you're not on my Facebook group, friendgirls.us, definitely go over there and join the Facebook group, because we would love to have you over there. And my friend girls over there, you guys, I love you guys. You guys share so many wonderful things. I have gotten so many wonderful recipes and tidbits from you over there. So thank you for that. And so that community is more so not just me sharing all the time, it's all of us sharing. So it's just really just a fun community. So I hope friendgirls.us, you will go over there. But friends, have a beautiful day. I will see you at the next video. Go grab your gobble, or just gobble. I said gobble. And I'll see you at the next video. And this is Nikki saying goodbye.